Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review of the new fragrance from Giorgio Armani, Acqua Di Gio Profondo Parfum. Acqua Di Gio is one of the most classic, tried and true fragrances for men. Very fresh and clean, and the last Parfum release of the classic Acqua Di Gio line was a little underwhelming for me. Let's see if the Profondo Parfum is worth owning. So we got the Eau de Parfum in January. Seems like we're getting a lot of Profondo flankers this year, and now, like about a month ago, we got the Parfum. An aromatic, citrusy marine scent, green mandarin, marine notes, mimosa, patchouli, and labdanum. So we'll take a look at the packaging here. You can see that it's a beautiful dark blue down to a white gradient. It's the same exact coloring as the Eau de Parfum. The only difference is, of course, it says Parfum here. It has a nice magnetic cap, a very satisfying magnetic cap, might I add. We always have to give the brownie points for the magnetic cap. It's always an added bonus. So let's go ahead and see how this smells. Of course, it opens very, very oceanic and blue. And with this orange note that isn't too zesty or juicy, not too dominant in the scent, it's almost as if the orange is kind of like underneath the water. It comes off kind of green in a way that's a little herbal. The labdanum in this fragrance is overshadowing everything. It's really what you're going to get the most, but it doesn't come off as like a very leathery, kind of like dark labdanum. There's something very interesting here. And there's something about this fragrance that really just captures my attention because it's very fresh and clean and bright on one hand, but not in typical Acqua Di Gio fashion. It's almost as if like the way that the sea element, the marine element of this is done is that it's kind of like you're in the deep sea, like you're underwater. It's kind of like the gradient in the bottle. You can see it more upside down. It's almost like when you flip the bottle and it goes from this light to the dark. It feels like you're right here in the ocean. Very different to say, but it's just how I picture it. Fresh, but not typical. It's not like a light, sea breezy type of scent. It's very deep. There's a lot of depth here. It's deep with depth while not being too, like so complex. It's why it's really interesting to me. It's not going to feel as light and airy as the original Acqua Di Gio, but that is what the Profondo line is meant to do. If you didn't know, Profondo translated to English is just deep. The word deep. It's a pretty linear scent as well. It's not going to change too much. Maybe just as it dries, it starts to kind of smooth out a bit. A very subtle saltiness in here as well. And minimal cologne as well. It's that kind of molecule that they use in a lot of very typical blue scents that give it that aquatic nature. It's here, but it's minimal. Like sometimes it can be overdone, and it's very like easy to pinpoint in designer fragrances. Very intriguing, and as it dries, it becomes slightly balsamic in a way, like that herbalness is coming out more. Definitely the most just thought-provoking Acqua Di Gio. Like who would have ever thought that an Acqua Di Gio fragrance could be thought-provoking? Well, this one definitely is. I really wasn't expecting to like this just because the Acqua Di Gio Parfum was such a letdown for me. But this one, for some reason, it just paints a very realistic, very specific imagery in my mind. It's a classy perfume for a classy man that likes to look and smell neat. You could wear this anywhere. You're just gonna smell fresh and clean, but there is something about it that feels elevated. Great for the office. You could wear it for the daytime, but nighttime would be very sexy too. Very like suit and tie vibes with this. Definitely not for like a sloppy dresser. It's going to be for someone that really likes to feel put together. There's just something about it that feels a little special to me, but very classic at the same time. I'm really impressed by this. I think it's definitely worth testing at your local Macy's, department store, wherever they carry this. Maybe even some Sephora's or Ulta. I'm not sure which store has this, but you can definitely find it in store to test and then buy it online for cheaper. It's a really great scent if you love very deep, marine, interesting fragrances with a nice kind of balsamic twist. One of the best Acqua Di Gios. Not as artificially blue and like typical basic smelling as other Acqua Di Gios. Definitely a win for me, the new Acqua Di Gio Profondo Parfum. So that was just my first impression review of this new release. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below if you've tried it, if you like it. I would love to know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.